With us in the studio are Alex Ducic and Mihajlo Knežević, founders of the Serbian Student Club at the University of Ottawa. For the benefit of our English language viewers, and because the club builds links with other student organizations in the city, this interview will be conducted in English. Alex, Mihajlo, welcome to the show. Welcome back, Alex, and welcome for the first time, Mihajlo.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for having us back. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
No problem. Now, earlier in the show, we saw footage from Diversity Entertainment from their parties and their events. And I know that no one knows how to party better than the students. So can you start out by telling us a little bit about the social activities that you guys have planned in the past and some that you have planned for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. No, who else? Well, we look to integrate as many different elements as possible. The three main elements are, of course, how you mentioned, the social element. We also look to integrate the cultural and humanitarian element. I'd say our flagship event would be the Eastern European Bloc Party. And so we do hold this in collaboration with a few other ethnic groups that have their own club at the University of Ottawa. And it's our main event, and it gets held in November and March. This year we're going to have it on March 16th. And through that event, we're able to attract new members and really get to know other individuals within the Serbian community. And of course, we have many different types of events. We did a movie night with the Romanian club a little while back. We had, in fact, a pickup soccer game with the Russian club just to get to know each other. And we have get-togethers whenever possible. So we definitely have quite a lot of social aspects to our events.
Right. I was going to ask about links with other clubs, and you've mentioned that. I mean, obviously you guys have made links with other organizations, which is great. That's great to hear. What about other activities? What other activities have you guys planned? Maybe like more cultural or anything like that? You mentioned movie night, but anything else?
Well, we're kind of working with the Orthodox Christian Fellowship and kind of doing a barbecue fundraiser. And we're trying to get the proceeds to send to June 28th. And from there, I guess they'd use the proceeds to send to all the different places. Going to the movie night as well. We are also looking at working with the Romanian club and doing a clubbing night, going along with the social and the nightlife again as well. And to kind of promote our culture and everything, along with the music and the food and everything. That's the whole point of the Eastern Bloc Party as well, so, yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned 28 June. We also have footage from one of their recent parties, and how have you guys collaborated with them in the past, and how would you plan to collaborate with them in the future?
Yeah, well, certainly we have full collaboration with a humanitarian organization. As I mentioned earlier, one of the elements we look to kind of move into our events is the humanitarian portion of it, and that's one part of our club that is growing. Earlier on, in fact, it's been a bit over a year now since we formed our club, and of course we needed to get ourselves established within the university and among the Serbian crowd with the youth. But now that we're established, we're looking to kind of increase that portion, that element of our club through our operations. So Felipe actually visited our university and met with our club, and he told us a little bit about that organization and generally what they do and how we'd be able to help. And we felt it was really the ideal way to kind of fulfill that humanitarian element. And so, well, you mentioned earlier, in fact, the event recently, it was run by Ana Živković, and she was, of course, on the show with me in my last appearance. And well, for that, we advertised as much as possible so we could get as great of an attendance to that. And that really has gone along with what we've done for the organization. We've been really involved with advertising and promoting to get them new members, as well as of course, get members for our own club. So we're really pushing for that.
That's great. It's really great to see you guys linking with other organizations and, you know, branching out and working with other groups. That's really, I think it'll go a long way. And when you talk about members, you've been around for a year now. How many members do you have? Or is it like, do you have a board, or how does it club?
Well, it's largely informal. Of course, within our executives, everything is defined. But we don't only have members from Ottawa U, we have them from Carleton. We currently, at least not to my knowledge, don't have any members from Algonquin, but certainly they're welcome. It's not so strict in terms of being an Ottawa U club. Our main role is just to pull Serbs together and get them to know one another and kind of be central, because we really felt there was a kind of social hole that needed to be filled. So that's where our club came along.
Well, I think that's a lofty goal and definitely a good one. And I was going to ask, how did the idea for the club come about?
Well, I think one of the main things was me and him. I'm not from Ottawa myself, I'm from Prescott, but when I moved here I wanted to meet other Serbian people, so I guess it was kind of our initiative to take into starting a Serbian club at Ottawa U, and then from there finding other people, and then, you know, bringing the social and nightlife and everything together. Going along with our executives and stuff, we have probably around, I'd say, 6 official ones, and then we have probably about 40 members, like give or take, that come to events and whatnot. So
that's pretty good, especially for your first year, and that's excellent. And it's just nice to see, you know, youth being involved in the community. I think for a long time that was a missing piece in the Ottawa Serbian community. So to see you guys participating and coming out is great. And what would you guys advise to other youth, like how to get involved and how to contribute?
Well, I mean, one of the biggest things is we have each semester we have like international week we take a part in. We table and try to get other people like who are interested in joining the organization and our club that they can come and support to our events and everything, and then they give us their emails, and from there we contact them about events, and then Facebook and everything, and then we post events from there as well. So.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, we're trying to capitalize on social media as much as possible, because we might not necessarily know the person. They might have come from Toronto or wherever, but they heard that there was a Serbian club, and of course through those mediums they're able to get into contact and get involved. So I think that's definitely helped us.
Definitely. And once again, I think what you guys are doing is great, and it's like super welcome by the community and by Uroshana and the show here. So keep up the good work, and we look forward to your events and your future plans and everything.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.